Hey guys, as you've seen by the thumbnail, I've got a new engine for my S15. This is a Spec R SR20 out of a Nissan S15. I picked this up from JDM Distro. I had them source it for me in Japan. Just a clean stock motor, nothing been done to it whatsoever. As you can see from the previous clips. As you can see, it's totally standard. I chuck these on there just so I've got a point to lift it up by. All standard. The only thing it hasn't come with is this water neck for the radiator, power steering pump. I think that's about it. The only bit in transit which got trashed was if you can see this focus, the pulley got shattered there. Which I plan on eventually with this is to have it forged, so all of that will be changed for like a dampener type setup. Other than that, it's just bone stock. Thing is, with it being the S15s were manufactured between 1999 and 2002, so there's only a small window of these engines were produced really. So obviously with this being unopened, or you know, it's not cammed or anything like that, so at the best, you know, it's a good 20-year-old engine, 18 to 20-year-old, with unknown, you know, wear really. Obviously with the JDM distro, it's guaranteed to turn over and run warranty wise. So that's it. Obviously depending on what happens here, if I go with clutch fan, the standard type, or electric fans, but that's something to worry about later down the line. Basically the plan is to have this built, because with it being a 18 to 20-year-old engine with unknown anything really, the last thing I want is to finish that or get it on the road and then don't bother with the engine, just put it in and then something goes. So it's been off the road over 10 years, so waiting a bit longer to get this built, it's not really going to make much difference to me. So that's the reveal of the engine. When I bought this, it came with the 6-speed SR20 gearbox, which I've sold because I'm not running that. I'm going to get an upgrade gearbox. Plan with this obviously is, I'm not really sure power wise, it's just to have it reliable, because when it was running before, I had the basic mods which I've listed in my introduction to the 15 video. You know, roughly around the, you know, the 300-ish mark it was from the supporting mods that it had back then. So bit of an update on the S15 also. Bit of an update on the S15 as well. The end of the year it's going to have all the fabrication finished, hopefully. And by all the fabrication I mean these are my Vertex over fenders, and what you've got is that's how much wider they are. When you drift, the tyre can delaminate, and like strands come off, and they're strong, and as they spin it creates like a whip, and obviously they can blow fiberglass to pieces. So the plan is to have the original arches cut for more wheel clearance and then extend it out to meet these over fenders for strength. So that's one thing it's having done. It's also having, because the gearbox I intend to have is quite a bit bigger than an SR20 gearbox. So this tunnel is going to be enlarged, and so basically rather than bashing it like it has been in the corner there, and it just looks terrible because I'm not having a carpet in this car, you know, and I'm trying to go for a bit of attention to detail as well with it, you know, rather than just hammered things for clearance. So the plan is, I'm not 100% where it'll be, but maybe to this point here all of that will be cut out, and then I'm having a larger gearbox tunnel. Also in the firewall there you can see all the holes. Some are for the loom, some are for aircon, heaters and the rest of it. I'm not running aircon on this, so obviously the 2 holes, or I think it's 3 holes for aircon, they can all be blanked off. So anything that's not used in the firewall will be blanked. What else I'm having as well, I test fitted my friend's seat because I couldn't be bothered to take it out the BMW, and basically with the clearance of the cage, it's a bit of an issue in regards to the height that I sit, especially with the helmet on. So I need to get my seat as low as possible. So the original part where the front of your seat bolts is, there's 2 bolts in this. So in a later video I'm going to be drilling the spot welds and removing that bar, as well as the rear points. Well, just the rear point, because the other one goes into the tunnel. Also, anything that I don't need, like this, little brackets, they're going to be drilled, removed. What I'm also doing as well is this rear parcel shelf section here, and each side, drill all the spot welds on these, that's all going. And the reason for that is it's got to be blanked off because I've decided to have a fuel cell. So basically all this will go, because obviously in the event the fuel cell will be mounted here. So the boot floor itself is going to be cut away, because let's be honest, with a car like this I'm not going to be going shopping or any unnecessary things like that basically. So it's just built for a purpose. So I don't need a boot for storage or anything like that, so it can purely be for my fuel cell. But obviously on the basis of safety then, if anything ever failed and it was a fire, it would come straight through to me, either through there or through these. So that's obviously why that's got to be removed and blanked off for safety. Other than that, I think that's it fabrication wise. The only other thing that has been brought to my attention, which is a bit of a sore subject to be honest now, is the roll cage. I'll show you. This bar here, if you're not aware, that is called the main hoop. Obviously all the way around, down here to there. It's been brought to my attention that it's been fitted about 5-6 inches too far this way. So basically this bar should be back here. Try and show you, it's there, and it should be pretty much on the back edge of the pillar. And obviously the benefit of that then is more clearance for seat, for your seat and things like that, depending on what seat you've got. And obviously because I've got these as well, it brings these more forward. So depending on your style of seat, this could be an issue. And some of the seat I want for this isn't cheap, and I don't want to buy it and then it doesn't fit. So, but also on the same thing, I really want that seat. So it's like I've said in a previous video, if something isn't right, it'll ruin me basically. And the issue is, I'll know that it's not right, and all I'll be able to think about is that thing. So it's quite annoying. And the other thing that was mentioned as well, the rear stays then, they, rather than on the wheel arch, it should have gone to the shock turret. Obviously this cage was fitted by someone who's done many roll cages in some, you know, relatively famous cars as well. But obviously when you have something fitted by someone, obviously they do it for a living, you trust them. So I'm not going to mention who done it. I was happy with it, but obviously with that playing on me, and in regards to the direction I want to go with the car, the cage might be an issue. So obviously if you want to alter any of these, you can't. It's either live with it, knowing that, you know, it should have been done a bit differently, or cut it out. So that's the two options. So I was happy with it all, obviously, until that was brought to my attention, and then when I cross-referenced it with other cages and things on the internet with like S14s and S15s, very similar, you know, the shape, and all of the main hoop is back on all of them. So it makes me think, you know, it's steering down the route that I might change it, I might not. I'm not sure. But if that is the case, it'll have to be cut out, which I can imagine will be not a very fun task. So I'll let you know what I decide to do in regards to that. But for now, that's the plans with it. So December, it's leaving here, and the start of the fabrication will be done. I'm not sure, depending on how busy he is. You know, we could have it for a few weeks or a month. It don't really make a difference to me, because it's not as if it's doing anything. I don't need it ready for a set date. It's just, with this project, like I said before, I've had it many years. I'm not in any rush to do it. It's just nice to have it. I'm very glad I didn't sell it all those years ago, and I'm just basically chipping away slowly as I can, you know, amongst family, work and everything else, and slowly does it, and it'll get there in the end. That's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll catch you on the next one.